For more, we're joined this morning live from the Northern Territory Chief Minister, Lia Finocchiaro. Lia, thank you so much for being with us. We can see that it looks like the wind has really picked up this morning from when we started crossing from that area this morning. You've been in contact with people right around the Territory and up in the Tiwi Islands. What are people saying?
Yeah, morning, David. Good morning. You can see things are really picking up in Darwin. The cyclone crossed through remote communities at about 10 p.m. last night. I was in contact with a lady on the Tiwi Islands who calls herself Big Croc, is known as Big Croc, and at that time she'd taken shelter with her grandchildren and things were still pretty calm over there. But obviously overnight they've experienced, the most severe part of the storm as it's come through those northern remote communities. But we're really pleased to report that there are no injuries have been reported. We've put police in and surged police and emergency services into communities early so that we're prepared. And so now that surveying will take place today. There has been widespread power outages to homes in Mindjalang, which is a remote community off the northern coast, but it is approaching Darwin. It's about 140 kilometres off the coast. We should have winds of, upwards of 100 kilometres an hour in the next couple of hours, and people are encouraged to continue to stay very tuned in so that people know what the escalation levels look like today.
Yeah, and we'll stay across all of those alerts. Just at a practical level here, when will those shelters actually open, and are supermarkets closed? What's the situation there with supplies?
Yeah, on the ground, so we've had to close ferries and barges into remote communities, so there are backup stores there, but we need to keep a really watchful eye on that. Here in Darwin, Woolies and Coles have both closed. There are local supermarkets who are making their own decisions whether or not to stay open, but the shelves have pretty well been stripped bare of, carton milk, canned goods and toilet paper, those types of bare essentials. But people are really encouraged. This is not a time to panic. It is a time to be prepared. And in a couple of hours, there will be a lot of communications coming out of our Emergency Operations Centre, and people will be told when shelters here in Darwin are opening and what emergency stages we're moving to.
Okay, just very quickly, but people know when it's safe.
People are encouraged to listen to the emergency services notifications. We will have very regular live updates and people need to heed all the warnings. This will intensify over the day, and so those warnings will ramp up and people must stay tuned so that they can keep their families safe. There is an expectation that people can look after their families for 72 hours, so with food, blankets, batteries and shelter, and so all of that communication will come out this morning.
Oh, there's a busy few days ahead, isn't there? Look, Lia, we really appreciate your time this morning. Best of luck.
Thank you.